For almost 80 years, some American cities have been adding the chemical fluoride to the drinking water for healthy teeth. Since the start, some have claimed it's an unsafe practice, while others cried that's a conspiracy theory. Lisa Fletcher finds a growing number of communities are trying to get the fluoride out and are pointing to sound science.
From homeschooling to home-cooked meals, Kentucky mom Carrie Ashauer has a strong influence over what's going into her kids' minds and bodies. But despite her best efforts, there's something flowing into her home over which she has no control. Mandatory fluoride in the tap water.
I don't get to choose what's in my water. I have no control over that, especially since it's a state mandate that they have to put it in.
Kentucky is one of 13 states that require water districts to add fluoride. Across the U.S., about 73% of people served by community water systems have fluoridated water.
It's been linked to ADHD, IQ, development. Unless you install a whole house filter, there's no way to get it out.
Ashauer is supporting a bill that would allow individual water districts in Kentucky to decide whether or not to fluoridate.
How important is it for you to have a voice in what your kids are consuming?
If we can't advocate for our kids, then why are we here?
Since 1951, Kentucky, like many states around that time, started requiring fluoride to be added to all tap water. Fluoride was a generally unwanted byproduct of aluminum, fertilizer, and iron ore manufacturing, until the industry promoted the idea of adding it to water supplies. Today, selling fluoride used in water is a $1.2 billion a year global business, and one that has rarely been without controversy starting in the 1950s, with concerns ranging from fluoride being a communist plot to undermine public health to it being a form of mandatory medication. Now, there is a modern and growing body of research suggesting that fluoride may be linked to health issues like bone fractures, joint problems, and neurological issues, especially in children.
Fluoride is a neurotoxin. In a child, that is extremely critical to consider because the brain is being developed. Let's take a look down here.
Dr. Jack Call is a dentist in Louisville, Kentucky, and part of a group of more than 800 dentists, physicians, and researchers questioning the safety of fluoride in the water.
Why take a chance with that? We can repair the tooth. You can't repair brain.
Call says the 50-plus-year-old science used to support fluoridating water is out of step with the latest research.
Everybody can find science to fit their narrative.
Yes.
What makes the science behind fluoride being dangerous to you more reliable and more trustworthy?
These recent studies in the last 7 or 8 years, they've been funded by the National Institutes of Health. Typically, studies that are funded that way are done at very high quality research facilities and have been thoroughly vetted just to approve the funding before the actual research has started. So that adds a level of confidence.
But not for everyone.
I think when you get right down to it, the facts are on the side of the fluoridation.
Dr. Stephen Robertson is the executive director of the Kentucky Dental Association.
The science backs the effects that the fluoridation is having and supports that this is one of the top 10 public health initiatives that we've had in America.
How do you explain Kentucky being in the bottom 8 states for oral health and tooth decay, yet being the #1 fluoridated state in America?
As we've seen an increase in processed foods and changes in the diet, and the increase in sugar intake and the high increase in soda with the acidic drinks and the high sugar content, there's going to be an increase in decay.
There are doctors and researchers that we've spoke to who have said when they try to have a conversation about the facts of fluoridation, there's a deflection to sugar or to diet rather than going back and forth about the risks and rewards of fluoridation.
Well, I think that's because the science is strongly on our side. The fluoride is doing what it can to help. It has to be the diet and the sugar, and that's why people keep coming back to that.
In the last 6 months, communities in at least a dozen states have voted to keep fluoride out of their tap water. Since 2010, it's been removed from more than 150 towns or counties. Just this week, a California court ruled in support of a ban to adding fluoride to drinking water across the country. The court found evidence that fluoride poses an unreasonable risk to health, particularly for children. The Environmental Protection Agency could challenge that ruling, which could send the case to the Supreme Court. Lawmakers in some states aren't waiting for the courts.
It's time to update this law. Let's take this out.
Republican Kentucky state lawmaker William Lawrence is co-sponsoring the bipartisan bill that would take fluoridation out of the hands of state government and give local water districts control.
If we could get this bill passed, you, the citizen, could go to your water district and say, hey, we want to stop this. We want this out of our water. And you get enough people behind it, majority rules.
And for moms like Carrie Ashour, she's counting on it.
As a mom, as a voting citizen, I will take that into account when I go to the polls.
For Full Measure, I'm Lisa Fletcher in Barry, Kentucky.